Alright, Beep, let's do this. Post-workout. First thing first, the name is the LUI. Secondly, the game is the game of, well, not really bodybuilding. Let's say fitness, right? And thirdly, the subject. Absolutely not me. Anyway, when it comes to myself, I'm starting to like my midsection. It's becoming more loyal by the day. And I'm proud of it because for the best of the last 2 years, I was pretty much binging. To get it back, it's not easy. Still not easy. It's not a finished product, but at least finally I can see my abs. But thanks to tilapia and also chicken every day, you need to do your sacrifice and diet needs to be on point. Anyway, proper salute to my two Canadian bros, or sons for that matter. Gentleman right here is only 21, and the baker boy, I don't know, 23, I think. Anyway, so this gentleman, the baker boy, big baker boy, is all out bodybuilding. And when it comes to Chris Bumstead, we already spoke about him. He was actually in bodybuilding. He is the Canadian champion, 21 years old, as I mentioned. But he tested the water in classic physique. You can see here next to IFBB Rough and Diesel. Amazing legs in Rough and Diesel, right? And although he was not the sharpest, he placed, I think, third, right? And we're not gonna, geek out about it. I think there was a little bit of politics into it. He is unknown in the scene, and it was a rather small show in Florida. That should not happen again in Mr. Olympia. Although in the very debut of classic physique, it was filled with controversy, right? I mean, some guys should not even be in the top 3, but they were there because they had a name, right? In my opinion, I bet a lot of people agree with that. Nonetheless, so the subject today is about this classic physique. When you're at the gym, in your zone, in your bubble, you have your ideas rather clear, so you think in a clearer way. And I really believe it is becoming like a certainty in my head that classic physique might save bodybuilding as a whole. What I'm saying, what I'm expecting here is that the all-out bodybuilding, the big guys, I think it will lose some steam in a sense. It will become less and less popular. More of you guys, the mainstream guys, will be rather attracted and fascinated by this newly created classic physique. Now, to remind you, how did the classic physique come into being in a sense? It was about a year and a half ago, I think, when Arnold Schwarzenegger basically made a great rant about the bubble gut bonanza in his show, the Arnold Classic, right? And, what's going on? Everybody was pregnant back then. I made a video about it, actually. You guys can find it. Actually, I'm going to link it here if I find it. So you'll see a link. Click on it. And that's it. So it went viral. And then, IFBB came up, I think, a few times later. They said, okay, we're going to create a new category called classic physique. And, it came into being, right? Some of you tell, bro, it was luimarco who created. No, it's not me, guys. It's not me who created that or who influenced that. I just made a video and I said, name it classic physique. And, they just named it, but not because of me. Probably they don't even listen to me. So I don't take credit for that whatsoever. I think it was just a coincidence. Nonetheless, I'm thankful that they did so. These guys, actually, even when I spoke to Phil Heath, he told me, these guys, if you know the kind of creatine and the levels of creatine they take is just minute. So it is not only healthy for them, and most of them do not stay on anabolic chicken all year long. They don't need that. The muscular development is somehow, quote unquote, reasonable, right? Let's go ahead and check a Rough Diesel. Rough Diesel is also young. He's 22, right? 22. He's the youngest Olympian. He placed 9 in Miss Olympia. Can you freaking imagine that? He definitely deserved better. But he's coming in strong. I spoke to him. The guy is in a military right now. and he's bringing the classic physique. A lot of gurus want him. They wanted me to hook them up with him, but you know, he's doing well. I think he is stationed in Florida. Sorry for that. I mean, that's a live feed from there. And that's it. Look at the lines. Sorry, bros. Let me shut it down real quick. So pretty much, he's bringing back the line. These guys are bringing like the old classic physique lines. They resemble the, you know, the Francis Benfato of old, right? Definitely bringing the 70s, baby please, golden era, and even, you know, Francis was in the early 90s, right? So 165 pounds, so by no means a mass monster, and he's 5'6", I think, right? A lot of you are being attracted to these guys even more. You salute them. You salute the, you know, the kind of posing they can afford to do. You guys remember this this classic? It's not even a pose, but even what's his name, Miloš Šaršev was doing this, and Miloš Šaršev was one of the last Mohicans, one of the last aesthetic guys in the IFBB. And guess what? Miloš Šaršev, even when he was competing, he was not actually saluted in the place. And look at that.
10th place, Miloš Šaršev.
10th place. And his only problem is that he was not a freak, in a sense, because he was representing Miloš.
9th place, Dexter Jackson. Thank you.
This is 1999. Of course, Dexter was there. As a matter of fact, Dexter was there in 1899. He never dies, never deceased.
Lee Priest.
Lee Priest, by the way, dinged by politics always, because he was speaking his mind against the establishment.
Paul Dillette, 7th place.
Can you imagine Jurassic Paul Dillette placing ahead of not only Lee Priest, but also Miloš Šaršev? By what metrics? By why? I mean, I'm sorry. He has scoliosis in his back. Scoliosis, please. Dude is a freak of nature. But I mean, the back, no back at all. No back definition. No back metrics. No back double biceps. No back lat spread. He just doesn't have it.
6th place, Nasser El Sanbati.
Nasser El Sanbati. This was a decline of Nasser 1999 in a sense.
Sean Ray, 5th place. Kevin Levrone, 4th place.
One of the best years of Chris Cormier. This guy won the Ironman several times, and he was cursed in the Arnold Classic. He placed, I don't know how many times, second in the Arnold Classic.
3rd place, Chris Cormier.
As you saw, the second place was Flex Wheeler, and he was not happy. He said, no, I'm number one. I don't accept this. This was a 99 version of Flex Wheeler. I'm going to geek out about it really quick.
To the 1999 Mr. Olympia, Ron Coleman.
I love the two versions of Ron Coleman, 99 and 98, his two first Mr. Olympias. I think was the best version of him. A lot of people go back to 2003 when he became a freak. Me, I prefer him when he was like this. The midsection was controlled. It was more streamlined, absolutely to be saluted. But let me go back to Flex Wheeler real quick to talk about that version 1999. Flex Wheeler was given, not the people, but given the crowd what they want, right? Because Flex Wheeler, when he burst into the scene, namely in 93, he won the Ironman, and then he won the Arnold Classic, and he placed second in Mr. Olympia after a big Dorian Yates, right? Like the crazy version of Dorian Yates in 1993. But back then, I think he was only 220, 225, and he's not a small guy. I mean, he's not a short guy, Flex Wheeler, right? But then in 97, he won again the Arnold Classic with a streamlined physique. He was still small. And then he asked himself, bro, how could I win the Miss Olympia? So in 98 and 99, he took a decision to become bigger. bigger. He became like a mass monster to try to box with these guys, because in 98 he still placed second to actually Ronnie Coleman, and here he placed again second. So he said, bro, the only choice I have to box with these guys is to become a freak. And in my choice, in my opinion, it was not the right choice to do. And I mean, it destroyed his physique. And to say it politically correct, he might have used some unorthodox methodology to enhance some body parts. I think it's on record, right? I think he enhanced some body parts with an unorthodox way. As we say, these gains are not loyal, but they might have been oil. I'm just saying, right? I think it's a known fact. So the bigorexia, in a sense, pushed these guys to do certain things that are unorthodox, because the streamline physique never won. I mean, Milos Sarcev, look, he was dinged 10th at the Miss Olympia. So that's why I do believe, I genuinely believe, look at this guy, the NYPD. Absolutely, his gains are absolutely loyal. Tested on a daily, NYPD, on a daily. But proceed, haha. Shall we? Let's go back to these classic physique guys, right? These guys, you know, they don't suffer, they don't appeal to the bigorexia guys. Because why is bodybuilding still a niche in a sense? Still not that mainstream? Because the hardcore guys, these guys who pay the tickets, who book the hotel rooms for Mr. Olympia weekend, they're bigorexia guys. We all know them. We all have them in our gyms. They go twice a day to the gym, and they move around in gyms with that huge jug, and their life revolves around bodybuilding. And unfortunately, most of the time it is detrimental, not only for their health, but for their social life, and especially economically, because they think only bodybuilding. It's like the main thing in their life. Next thing you know, they reach 40 and they're broke because they did not construct their life properly. That's an obsession in a sense. We need to talk about it. Personally, I don't have it, thank God. Obviously, I'm the most natural small guy. Do I even lift? And most of you guys watching me, gym bros, do not have bigorexia, right? Most of you never attend Mr. Olympia, never go to the other classes, just like myself, right? We follow it behind the screen, right? That's the difference. That's the difference. But the thing is, if you cannot assess, you cannot say that the lifting community is still a niche. It is an underground niche. No, because there's a lot of guys going to gyms without having bigorexia. That's the sheer bulk of you guys. And I think humbly that the classic physique will appeal to you even more, because we still see some vacuums. These guys can still move about. They're human, and their physique is attainable. Of course, they're enhanced, right? But they don't take biblical doses, and they don't jeopardize their health. This guy was beaten by, what's his name? Darren Charles. Can you imagine that? Well, I think it was clearly politics, but that's another subject. So hopefully, it is my prediction anyway, and it's become even more certain that classic physique will save bodybuilding, right? I'm not saying that bodybuilding will die completely. Alrighty, so over here it is an edited portion because YouTube did not accept the song. It is copyrighted. Anyway, we're talking about classic physique again. I mean, these guys are bringing, you know, the classic era all over again. They can move about. The way the physique flow is just more loyal. And when it comes to the creatine, in a sense, they don't have to take the G creatine, if you guys know what I mean. So the bubble gut will always stay loyal, and the conditioning will get even better by the time. So as per se, the LUI does salute the classic physique. Mr. Bumstead, sorry. I told him, bro, stay, do not get demoralized, because he went with his girlfriend to Florida and he placed third, and he should have been at least second, right? I told him, do not get discouraged. It was a small show. Politics are more prevalent in small shows. Keep it there. This guy is the bodybuilding champion of Canada. But even at that, and he has all the metrics to be a great bodybuilder, a great IFBB pro. Told him, no, bro, stay where you are. Cruise where you are. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And the talent there is just amazing. We have Arash Rahbar. I mean, so many good guys there. It will be an amazing, amazing category. And quite frankly, personally, even though, as you guys know, my IFBB Olympia videos are the most watched in the world, I have to confess to you guys, I'm no longer in love with bodybuilding. I'm no longer in love of body. The more I know about it, and quite frankly, the more I talk to the pros, the more I'm not impressed anymore, right? I'm not. For several aspects, probably I'm going to address in another video. But my hope and my prediction is that Classic Physique will basically save this kind of pageant in a sense, right? At the IFBB in a sense, right? And it will be hopefully more popular than the all-out bodybuilding. That's what's up. The LUI absolutely salute you whatever you is. Don't forget to like the video and tell me what you guys think about. Do you agree with the LUI or not even once, bruh?